What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me for this video, for this reaction. Check out my, like, subscribe, share if you end up liking what you see. Check out my Patreon for early access. That said, let's jump into this video. We'll be checking out Camptown Woke CIA recruitment video. This is a video by Nicholas Obama. I will leave a link in the description. Show some love to the channel and to the video over there, to the original video. Yeah, the idea of a woke CIA recruitment video or a woke CIA in general is just it's just weird, man. It's just weird. It reminds me of a video I did a while back of woke corporations, man. Corporations trying to be woke and attach themselves to a movement, you know. I was going to describe it, or to describe a woke CIA as an oxymoron, and I realized I didn't exactly know what an oxymoron is, so I googled it. An oxymoron is a figure of speech that juxtaposes concepts with opposing meanings within a word or phrase that creates an ostensible self-contradiction. It's an oxymoron, kinda, yeah? The idea of a woke CIA. It's like, do you know what the CIA does? What they do for a living and what their work entails? Just trying to make them woke is just, it doesn't make any sense. Maybe wokeness in the workplace, maybe, in terms of how the employees are treated by their superiors in the office as general, maybe wokeness might come in, but I don't know, man. CIA and wokeness just don't go together. I don't know about you guys, but it's a weird thing for me. It's like looking at a painting that is just, something's not right, Something's not right. But let's see what this is about, man.
Josie and the Penis Cats.
Josie and the Penis Cats.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
You didn't catch Josie and the Penis Cats?
Maybe you should shut up, Siri.
You fucking bitch.
Nobody likes Siri.
Josie and the Penis Cats.
Siri's on the way out.
Is she?
Yes.
Fuck.
It's being replaced with a Stop Asian Hate. Eventually, that's what all of those, like Alexa, Siri, they're not going to be assistants anymore. They're just going to be like some bitch that lectures you.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what time is my appointment? And they're like, four Asian women were spat on in Milwaukee last night. Maybe maybe you should be talking about that at therapy.
Yep.
Which is at 11, by the way. And you'd be like,
I did hear.
Thank you.
I did hear.
Is there any way I can wash Tim Cook's feet? Is there any way we could get Tim Cook in blackface so I can wash his feet?
So I can wash it off.
At George Floyd Square, brought to you by Best Buy.
I do think they are making the assistants all non-gender, or they thems, because the implication is that Siri is a woman who is your servant.
But you can get a guy Siri too.
Well, but whom it chooses.
So now they're
to
all
do
going to
that.
be
I love how
Who the fuck uses guy Siri though? Imagine just your buddy like being hi Siri and then you hear the dude. It's like, bro, why? The idea of a guy Siri just doesn't Siri, Alexa, even the GPS sound, it's better if it's a lady voice, It's more soothing, unless you don't like women, maybe. But I feel like it's more soothing if it's a lady's voice, man. Instead of some dude just being like, turn right, bro, It's weird. Guy Siri is it's weird.
Because the implication is that Siri is a woman who is your servant.
But you can get a guy Siri too.
Well, but whom it chooses.
So now
to
they're
do
all
that.
going to
I
be
love
like
how
SNL's Pat.
all of this started with like all this.
Yeah, it's
talk
gonna
of,
be
like,
Pat.
It's
like
like SNL's Pat.
of trans people being like using the incorrect pronouns is dehumanizing, And it's like, okay, well now you're going to share pronouns with a literal fucking robot. So
Yep.
Also, what is a non-gender voice? Like that's literally
Kinda
not a real
they
thing.
probably use your voice.
What?
Someone that you can't tell.
You're
if
saying
it's-
my voice is
It could go either
is
way.
gender
it's just going to be
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
woman
nice.
that smokes cigarettes.
yeah. It's the women they use to voice like rowdy little boys on like
Or is that
the girl who the
When I
woman
was
who did
17,
Bobby
I
Hill.
quoted Zora
Or it's
Neale
Elizabeth
Hurston's
Holmes,
How It Feels to Be Colored Me in my
that
college
lady with
application
the-
essay.
Sounds like a
The line
woman.
that spoke
No,
to me
she
stated
talks like
simply,
this.
I am not tragically colored. There is no sorrow dammed up in my soul nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all. At 17, I had no idea what life would bring, but Sora's sentiment articulated so beautifully how I felt as a daughter of immigrants then and now. Nothing about me was or is tragic. I am perfectly made. I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish. I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I'm a woman of color. I am a mom.
That's the weirdest line.
Well, I can shoot guns with one hand and make animal balloons for the elderly with the other. Some of you guys will know where that line is from, man. If you do, good for you, man. Leave a comment, man. Say where it's from. I can shoot guns with one hand and make animal balloons for the elderly with the other.
I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I'm a woman of color. I am a mom.
That's the weirdest line in the whole thing to me, because it's like,
She can change a diaper.
what are you doing with your hand to console the toddler?
Yeah.
She's
rubbing its
jacking
head
it
I
off.
don't. I've seen people change
Oh, you
diapers.
think she's jacking it off?
She can molest it and change.
Yeah, I've seen people change diapers, and it's of all this shit. It's like like because there's a lot of people going off on this video or whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
making the mistake of thinking that whoever made this, doesn't like that they just found out about all this stuff this week.
Right. Not
And
that
they're-
they haven't been planting it for the last 10 years.
Either way, who gives a shit? But there is one thing that the CIA is actually not good at, and it's not having sex with children.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
That's something that they
It's hard.
That is the only thing they can do. A lot of weird, crazy stuff.
They
all
get
the
away
letter
with a
agents-
lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
but all of them fall prey to these internal well, let's have sex with children as part of a honeypot plan.
Right.
And then before you know it, the president's fucking children.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now we
And then-
got to kill Jeff,
Yeah.
Now
Exactly.
someone's got to take the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, even, that's all that's how Afghanistan ended. They were somehow able to manipulate public opinion forever on Afghanistan, which was basically a drug smuggling operation for 14 years.
Yeah.
Until people found out the army had to turn a blind eye to tribal leaders raping boys.
Yeah.
Well, it's their culture.
And then Joe was like, you got go ahead and shut the whole thing, bring it down.
Shout out to Joe, man.
we're gonna when
Shout
you
out to fucking Joe.
how about a CIA that reflects the spicy Latino culture that I've grown to love every time I go out to lunch?
Every time I log on to 8th Street Latinas.
I went to Chipotle and I got into a knife fight with the guy behind the counter. That was the first Chipotle there ever was.
My way of saying hello.
We cut off the tips of each other's dicks. And that's my understanding of the Holocaust.
Yeah, dude. Joe got in a knife fight to say hello. Hispanic
Yeah, they
and
call
Mexican.
it Puerto Rican circumcision.
But I don't.
Circumcision.
It's like okay. So there's one of two possibilities. Either the CIA is like a giant bureaucratic machine filled with like people of maybe slightly above average intelligence that they. I mean, they pump this bullshit out, and there's as much like intellectual depth to it or agenda behind it as like when HSBC does the same thing,
Right,
Which
right.
means
The Kylie Jenner Pepsi police commercial.
yeah. Or the world is actually, this is like, in which case it's not a recruitment video. They're doing this to like either elicit or collect data on some kind of response to this kind of thing, which means that there's like every part of this has to be meticulously crafted,
Right.
which is like what.
So you,
where does
and
that
that's-
line come from? Who sat down and wrote down the line in this before shooting it? I can change a diaper with one hand and console a toddler.
Well,
with the other.
Well, here's my. You're
when,
right.
When Langley saw that lady doing that, that's elite skills with two different hands.
I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
That's elite skills with two different hands.
I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
But I mean, and this is
I want to see that video, man, because that's just ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. And you know, the people making this don't give a fuck about any of this stuff. You know, they're just so scared of not being on the right side of what society is doing right now in terms of gender awareness and mental health awareness and all that stuff, man. You just want to be so politically correct, bro. That's just ridiculous. Writing that and just saying that is... Jesus. I am a cisgender millennial, blah, blah, blah. We don't have to integrate that stuff into everything, you know? Accept people, yeah. But don't try to be... It's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's like also like people are struggling for real. With poverty and you know, more pressing issues in life. You know, someone who's like struggling, just hustling, just going through it. What do you think they feel, or they feel when they see that shit on TV, man? It's a bit much, man. It's a bit much. And I feel like there are more pressing social issues that need addressing. And the fact that this is what you guys are championing, or just pushing and giving press and giving attention and all that, it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's hilarious. It's comical, man. Let me hear that again.
That's elite skills with two different hands.
I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
but I mean, and this plays into theory B, because the absurdity of that statement.
The fucking CIA.
I'm a cisgendered millennial that's been diagnosed with
Generalized
anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
Which probably, it's like if you go to the CIA and you're like, I'm mentally ill, they're like, see ya.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think the way that works is like, not only do you have the job, we're putting you in the commercials.
Yeah. They probably.
So it's like, what?
No, you got to be more insane than that.
Would they do that to make all of this seem absurd? Because I mean, I guess it's like, what would be the domestic goal of the CIA? And that's probably to be like some kind of like, I guess like bandwidth limiter, like cultural bandwidth limiter to cut off the low end and the high end of any kind of like cultural extreme. But I don't think that like woke shit is culturally extreme by any means. I think it's very much mainstream.
100%.
At
So
this point, yes.
it wouldn't be a like disruptive thing to make functionally satire. I guess is like what
It is. That is so funny.
Yeah.
That sentence is funnier than anything I've ever fucking heard in my
I
life.
think maybe they got Tim Dillon to do this. I think that it clearly can't be that they think anyone thinks this is cool. But I don't think a single person thinks.
But maybe
that's
it is
cool.
a recruitment video.
But look at all
because-
the other dumb shit that.
Also, like, picture the people who like want to join the CIA and stuff. Like when I picture someone who wants to go into the CIA and do the job that the CIA does, I don't picture someone who's also like super fucking sensitive about their mental health and their identity and their gender, and I want you to call me this, I want you to refer to me as this, I identify as this, you know. When I picture someone who's going into the CIA, man, or someone who aspires to be in the CIA, I don't picture someone who's like sensitive about that kind of thing. These are hard motherfuckers, man. They know, like, mentally they're prepared to like go into this field knowing what the CIA does, and they're like, you know what, I can handle that shit, man. People who are dealing with this kind of stuff, I'm not saying that the struggle doesn't matter. It's like these are not the people who are gravitating towards the CIA and military and whatever, you know. I don't know if I'm wrong for saying that, man, but it's absurd. It's absurd, man. It really is absurd, man.
The CIA, like the CIA, like got a lot of people on its side post 9/11. Not by like stoking fears about international terrorism, but by just making movies where the CIA guys get to wear khakis and Oakleys.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. That's what sold all of like the people that are now like QAnon people. They're like, wow, that guy looks like he's he's like, he goes to REI, but he's not a fag.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like, like that.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Oh, like the guy from Sicario, James Brolin from Sicario.
That kind of shit. Yeah. I mean, I said it to
Or
Felix
the
the other
Zero
day.
Dark 30 chick.
And if you don't think that that's like explicit, like I sent it to Felix the other day. I saw this ad. This is very funny. I mean, it's an ad for khakis. For those kind of, it's like an ad for being one of those guys.
Yeah, see, but James Brolin in that movie wore flip-flops.
Here we go.
That's cool.
Travel where you want. But they also wore flip-flops in Zero Dark 30.
Yep.
They're playing
Do they?
horseshoes and flip-flops.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Oakley's, the backwards hat.
And it works. It's that simple.
It's literally like letting you know that the global, you know, like intelligence monster has Casual Friday.
yeah.
Look at this. From Forbes.
let me see it.
From Clothing Arts. Travel where you want. The CIA version of khakis.
Incredible, dude. Well, that's true. Okay, so no. But
You don't need like any kind of jingoistic bullshit. You just need guy like the fucking
Yeah,
like the
the
Punisher
CIA is
logo.
cool.
I mean, that's it.
Yo, Jim, The Office was created solely to get a bunch of guys in their a bunch of bland motherfuckers in their 20s, and then Jim just became that guy, his CIA guy.
Yeah, and then
so
he became
that's-
an operator.
So
yeah.
now they're like, that's me.
Yeah.
I can be Jim.
I can
you
be
know what I
Jim.
mean?
I can make fun of the retard at work, and
then I get
and then
the
I
fucking
could go to Benghazi and
go
kill.
crazy on some
I
Muslims.
can just go
Well, that's-
off in Benghazi.
That's what that Jack Ryan show is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they went from The Office to Jack Ryan for that reason.
I remember. I think I went to
He's
like
a plant.
Oh, he's
a plant,
definitely working
100%.
for
one of
for
those like
Langley.
like a Regal where they do like the first look thing. It was at, like some movie theater, or maybe it wasn't even in a movie
Yeah.
theater. But I saw some like one of those like 20-minute promotional things for that Jack Ryan show.
Yeah.
And it was John Krasinski talking about how he got to visit Langley and actually drink the cum of the men that worked there.
Wow.
In fact, he
Yo, Jack Ryan season 1 was amazing. Season 2 is dog shit, man. Like, when I watched the first season, I couldn't wait for them to drop the second one. And when they did, I was like, what the fuck is this, man? It was dog shit, man. I couldn't even finish it. I got to a point I was like, you know what? It's not even worth it, man. It's not worth finishing this anymore, man. It's not worth it. Because sometimes I'll stick it out with the show, hoping that it will redeem itself. But it's just... that show was unwatchable. That second season was unwatchable. Same as the second season of Punisher, man, on Netflix. The first one. That first season is one of the best TV show seasons I've ever seen in my life, man. You know? One of the best seasons of a TV show that I've ever seen in my life. The second one, though, dog shit, man. Dog shit. It's impressive how bad the second season was, man. Like, I just couldn't believe while watching it. I was like, dude, how did they fuck this up so bad? It's like, it's almost impressive that they managed to just take a dump on it like that, man. I wasn't even mad. It's like Game of Thrones the last season or the last couple of seasons, man. It's like, it's okay when you know, like we knew those guys just wanted to wrap things up. So they fucked it up, but, we were like, yeah, I get it, man. They don't want to do this shit anymore. It makes sense. But when a show is actually trying and they fuck it up that bad, it's like, oh, Jack Ryan, Punisher. I could not believe how bad they were, man. Those second seasons. Rubbish.
Show.
Yeah.
And it was John Krasinski talking about how he got to visit Langley and actually drink the cum of the men that work there.
Wow.
In fact, he actually, like, the sacrifices these guys make just to fuck him in his ass
Yep.
Yeah.
and receive pleasure from his anus while he's
God.
making,
That's crazy.
TV shows calling them heroes.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of work that goes into acting.
So here's how it is. I think we're onto something here because it's a two-pronged recruitment approach.
Right.
Because we have those guys. We have the guys that are like, I could be CIA.
But the CIA they don't do, like, there's no reason for them to do recruitment.
But all those guys hate the
doesn't make
CIA
any
now
sense.
because they thought that they were trying to kill Trump. They thought the deep state was against.
No, it's not those guys. It's like fucking Democrats is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Democrat.
And
guys.
that's the reason it's this too, because it's like now it's women online who are tattletales see this video and they're like, awesome. So now they're like the fucking. So now you got your operators, the
Right.
guys that you got the khakis to, and then you got the fucking. Then you got a bunch of bitches online spying that would literally tip off the CIA if ever it was a necessity. We've trained a generation
I am
to snitch.
intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I
Yeah,
am a
are you
walking
kidding me?
declaration. A woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences.
The
suggesting
Kamala
that a
Hive
question
is
has been
loving
asked.
That's anti-Semitic.
I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization. I am educated, qualified, and competent, and sometimes I struggle. I struggle feeling like I could do more, be more to my two sons, and I struggle leaving the office when I feel there's so much more to do.
So much
I
work
used to
into the
struggle with
CIA.
imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize.
But again, they have to.
Internalized
It's a spy agency. So it's like they like, to what extent that, like, these statements are, like, deliberately satirical has to make me think that this is done. It's like it's not. It can't
It can't be serious.
It can't be serious. I mean, well, it's serious, but it's not like,
Right.
I'm
I'm saying they're trying to the K hive, the Kamala hive.
Yeah.
Here's this, and they're like, "That's me."
Yeah.
They're gonna. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, dude. They're gonna make a lot more cops that started as fucking snitches on fucking Twitter.
Everyone hates me, and that makes me good at being in the CIA.
Yep.
Yeah.
The patriarchy. I in turn I struggle with imposter syndrome.
Yeah, but they were already doing that. I mean, that's what Zero Dark 30 the movie was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a
I guess I
retarded
never
sort of
saw that.
satirical version of that. But no, I mean, Zero Dark 30 is just a girl boss, pro CIA, pro
Yeah.
torture movie.
I would.
I never
It's
realized
actually
there
kind of
was-
sick, and
she-
Jessica
it's pretty-
Chastain's hot.
she's so
I mean,
hot.
it works on me too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't, if I
If
could
I
maybe
could
get a
get
little
head from
piece,
her.
yeah.
I'll put on the khakis.
Yeah, I'll throw the gags on.
Or
You
the
black
gag.
bag as many Arabs as you want.
If I could
Put
put
so many pockets on my pants.
some ageless redhead alien
yeah.
that comes from the planet Dixucrion.
She definitely has that quality.
Oh
about
yeah,
her.
dude.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
she's like
I
a
love-
Vulcan. She's got some like
yeah, because the cheeks,
my-
her cheekbones.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
my race has no feelings. Our pussies just become tighter with age.
Our pussies get wetter and
and
tighter,
they become
and our throats
even
suck
our
dick
body
at the
count
back.
reverses.
We start having
We
fucked
start
a million
at
guys.
500 and work our way down.
Also,
Beam me up, Scotty.
That's the way to do it.
you
dude.
know this like spicy Latina bitch. Like her parents got their slaves taken away at their coffee plantation by Castro.
Yeah.
And then she came here and was like, we were poor. We had nothing.
Well, half the CIA guys back in the 60s were all just, you know, I mean, for lack of a better word, but that would be a funny way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Well, for lack of a better word,
That's
Yeah,
it's the only word I
better
can come up
words.
with.
well, it's not 1,000.
Probably 100.
Mm-hmm. It was a joke I used to do when I was like 20 about how like fucking Eskimos. People are like, you know, Eskimos, they got like 50 words for snow. It's like, yeah, but we got at least that many words for black people. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the same thing.
Mm-hmm. We got too many black.
Damn. That was a really good CIA video.
Yeah, I'm ready to sign up.
I hope the CIA bounces back.
Mm-hmm. Would you be in a movie called Snicario?
Snicario?
And it's about a guy that's eating too many Snickers.
Wow.
Is there more to it?
No.
Wokeness. I think wokeness is an overcorrection of human society. You know, human society is flawed, and the flaws need addressing. They do. But when you overcorrect stuff, that's how you end up with wokeness, man. And it sucks when the overcorrection focuses on words and names and pronouns and stuff like that instead of actual actions and changing lives and, you know, actual things like employment and policies and stuff like that. You're overcorrecting in terms of language, linguistics, lingo, in a way that is just frustrating to people, but it doesn't make any real difference, you know? It's like if I have a friend that is of a different culture, tribe, whatever, and we joke around and we joke around with slurs and derogatory names for each other based on our ethnicities and stuff like that. But we truly do care about each other, you know? Then you bring in this wokeness, you're taking away this thing that we bond over. I won't even go that route. I feel like that's like a dumb way to put it, you know? Or a dumb analogy. It's like someone bothering you, like, it's like if I have a lighter and I have it on. It's a lighter, I flick it on. And someone is constantly just on my back about putting it off when there's a fucking forest burning down over there. It's like, focus on that, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop bothering me. Focus on a bigger problem, man. That's what wokeness is. It's an obsession. It's an obsession with tiny problems while ignoring bigger problems, you know. Instead of fixing a problem, a real problem, you're obsessing over a small problem just so people can look at you and see, oh man, he truly cares. You know, he's informed, he's progressive, he's woke, he cares, you know. Like, go focus on something that actually matters, man. You know. Woke reminds me of the woke corporations thing that I did, and they touched on this video. They touched on the Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad, man. I saw that later on, man. I didn't see it when it dropped, you know. I came to see it later on, and I just couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. Like, I think I watched it once, and now I can't sit through that video. It's unwatchable, man. Like, what were they doing there? Who came up with that idea? Pepsi, of course, is involved in that, you know. And it's like, you know, a swing and a miss, man. Big swing and a miss. It's like, you see what they were going for, but they were so tone deaf, bro. They tried to attach themselves to this I don't know, it's rioting, the police brutality, you know, that whole thing, you know, when she goes and gives the cop the Pepsi and they bond over that. Like Pepsi, the solution to all our problems in society. And the you know, it's a marketing technique. What is the goal behind this? To sell more Pepsi. So they're attaching themselves to this social movement that actually has casualties that just jumping on a bandwagon, man, without having to pay the price for it, man. It's like stupid activism, you know, activism that doesn't make a difference. It's like on Twitter when you see Blackout Friday, people posting a blank image, a blank image. And it's like this kind of activism doesn't matter, bro. The kind of activism that gets shit done is costly, man. It's costly, bro. It involves going out on the street and fucking rioting. Real activism is costly, bro. You put something on the line, man. Putting up a black image, you know, from the comfort of your own home. You're laid back on your couch, posting a picture on Twitter. That's bullshit activism, man. It's bullshit. And when I see people do that, it's like, bro, go to the streets and demonstrate. If you feel some type of way, if you actually care about this, man, do some actual activism. Stop being a poser. You're being a poser. It's easy now to be a poser now. You know, just lump yourself into a group and act like you're one of them now. You don't even have to leave the house and be in public in a group of people to do that now. It's you can do it from your phone with a fucking hashtag now. You know? Yeah. No, not everyone is built for activism, man. It's like the Pakistan thing, man. People went crazy posting hashtags, free Palestine, this and that. Your hashtags won't do shit, bro. They will do nothing. Hashtags don't do nothing. No one cares about a fucking hashtag. No one cares about your fucking hashtags, man. You know? But people want to feel like they've done something. Like they have a voice. You know? Real activism has a cost, man. It does. The idea of a CIA, a woke CIA, is just and here's the thing, man. Like, I know people in the CIA. I'm not saying I know them. Like, I'm saying, like, you know, people who are actually in the CIA are seeing that ad and they're like, what the fuck? Is this what we're doing now? You know? It's like, yo, did you see what that ad they ran? And I feel like these are busybodies. You know, the people who are actually doing the work in the field, they don't have time to worry about shit like this, man. These are the office guys, I think, you know. And like I said before, man, I feel like people who are... But there's a lot more to the CIA. It's not just going to the field and, you know, in alleys and stuff, like sneaking around, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what exactly they do, but I feel like there's a lot of office-based work, and that's where the softness creeps in. The softness creeps in, and you get shit like this being run. You know, guys must come from the field like, what the fuck are we doing? What is this? You guys are making videos about your gender now, bro, in the CIA. What the fuck? It's weird. It's weird. Probably said a lot of wrong things here, man. But I know some of you out there relate. And if you don't, you know, educate your boy, man. You know, just that's how I see it, man. That's how I feel about it, man. And be wary of corporations and organizations like this acting like they give a fuck about your gender and your feelings and stuff. They don't, man. They do not. So yeah, don't play into their hands, man. They don't care, man. They don't care. They need your work. They need your ability to work. You know, that's it, man. You're providing a service. They're paying you. That's it, man. They don't really give a shit how you do. It's so weird. It fucking, it's baffling. I will leave it there, man. I don't think I should say more. I don't have anything more to say. They reminded me about that Kendall Jenner video, man. It's like solving the society's issues with Pepsi, bro. I know Kendall got a lot of backlash for that video. You know, yeah. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.